Imagine a world utterly finished. Tomorrow dawns with an eerie silence. The taps run dry, the lights flicker and die. No fuel trucks, no saviors. No one is coming to rescue you. What would you entrust your existence to? You'd need a proper machine, a truck. A truck forged in fire and grit, the most unkillable, indomitable truck. Vehicles so robust they consider a nuclear winter a mild inconvenience. These machines will see you through the end of days. Buckle up and let's identify these champions of durability. Right, let's get down to brass tacks, or in this case, heavy-duty steel and iron. First on our list is a true legend, the 5.9-litre 12-valve Cummins Dodge Ram. Built from 1989 to 1998, this truck is a mobile fortress. Its indestructible inline-six engine is designed to outlast civilizations. A testament to an era when built to last was a solemn promise etched in iron. Consider the chaos an electromagnetic pulse would unleash upon our advanced society. Modern cars would become useless lumps of metal and plastic, but not the 12-valve Cummins Ram. It would rumble past them all, a defiant middle finger to the apocalypse. Built to haul, to tow, to endure relentless, back-breaking labor, every mile covered is a testament to its rugged design. It's not just good, it's apocalyptically brilliant. Next up on our roster of metallic saviors, we have a true titan from the Blue Oval Brigade. A vehicle that commands respect through sheer, unadulterated brawn and a reputation for being tougher than a $2 steak. I'm talking, of course, about Ford's legendary 7.3-litre Powerstroke diesel V8, predominantly found nestling its enormous bulk under the bonnets of the F250 and F350 Super Duty trucks. Produced from the mid-90s, specifically 1994, right up until 2003, this engine and the trucks it powered became synonymous with heavy-duty capability and a kind of stubborn, unrelenting reliability that makes lesser engines tremble in their gaskets. This magnificent V8 diesel wasn't just popular, it was and remains utterly legendary, and for very good reasons. It wasn't about sophisticated, delicate engineering. It was about brute force, about having an enormous, under-stressed engine that could shrug off abuse that would send more highly strung power plants to an early grave. The diesel V8 configuration itself speaks volumes. A promise of immense torque, the kind of stump-pulling, earth-moving grunt that you desperately need when the roads are gone and you're blazing your own trail across a shattered landscape. It's the sound of serious work getting done. One of the secrets to its incredible longevity and toughness is summed up in three beautiful words: cast iron everything. We're talking cylinder heads, engine block, the works. In an age where manufacturers are increasingly turning to lighter but arguably more fragile aluminium alloys to save a few grams, Ford, with the 7.3 went all in on good old-fashioned, incredibly strong iron. This means it can withstand enormous pressures, tolerate incredible heat, and generally laugh in the face of conditions that would make lesser materials buckle and warp. It's a proper heavy metal hero, this engine built with a reassuring, almost excessive solidity. And, much like our previous champion, the 7.3L Powerstroke era was delightfully free from the tyranny of overly complex electronics. There were some, of course, it wasn't entirely prehistoric, but it was fundamentally a mechanically sound beast, not a computer on wheels. No nonsense, no pointless fripperies designed to impress people who don't understand engines. This was about pure, unadulterated mechanical integrity designed to start every morning and work all day, day after day, without complaint. It's this straightforward, robust approach that makes it such a prime candidate for outlasting the apocalypse, where the nearest Ford dealership is likely a radioactive crater. Let's delve deeper into that glorious phrase, raw torque. Torque is the twisting force that gets you moving, hauling immense loads, climbing steep inclines, and pushing through obstacles. The 7.3 Powerstroke possesses vast oceanic reserves of torque. In a post-apocalyptic world, this isn't just convenient, it's essential. You might need to tow a broken-down school bus full of vital supplies or drag fallen trees from your path. Its reputation for reliability wasn't earned by sitting pretty in climate-controlled garages. These trucks, powered by this indomitable V8, were the workhorses of America. They built roads, hauled livestock, and served as the backbone for countless businesses. This engine has seen it all, done it all, and come back for more. Its reliability isn't just a feature, it's its very essence. Picture the scene. The world has crumbled and you need to get your group, your family, your supplies from a very bad place to somewhere slightly less bad. You need to cross terrain that would make a mountain goat think twice. You need to ford rivers where bridges once stood. The 7.3L Powerstroke F250 or F350, with its robust chassis and that thumping V8 heart, wouldn't just be a mode of transport, it would be your ironclad sanctuary, your unstoppable ark. It wouldn't break a sweat, it would simply demand to know what the next challenge was. This is precisely why Ford's 7.3-litre Powerstroke isn't just fondly remembered, it's revered. It's a prime candidate for any discerning survivor's post-apocalyptic fleet. It's not merely about the ability to start when you turn the key, it's about the unwavering confidence that it will keep going, that it will absorb punishment, and that it will deliver you from peril when everything else around you has utterly failed. It's a testament to a time when trucks were built like, well, trucks. Big, strong, and breathtakingly dependable. An absolute monster in the best possible way. Right, let's shift gears, shall we? Our third contender for the truck most likely to survive my driving. And an Apocalypse award is a bit of a surprise, mainly because it comes from General Motors. Yes, GM, a company that's given us some truly magnificent machines, and also, let's be honest, some things that looked like they were designed after a particularly long lunch. But in the brief, shining window between 2006 and 2007, they produced something called the Duramax LBZ. Now, 2 years, that's not a production run, that's a limited edition sneeze in automotive terms. Yet, in that fleeting moment, they somehow, almost by divine intervention, managed to bolt together what many connoisseurs of diesel power consider to be the absolute pinnacle of their V8 oil burners. It's like they hit the bullseye in the dark, then immediately lost the darts. Now, when I say peak GM engineering, I want you to understand the gravity of that statement, especially concerning a diesel truck engine from the mid-2000s. This wasn't just about slapping a turbo on an existing block and hoping for the best. The LBZ was a carefully considered evolution. It had a stronger block, improved piston design, higher pressure common rail injection, and a more efficient turbocharger than its predecessor, the LLY. This wasn't just tinkering, it was a proper sleeves rolled up, let's get this right job. And get it right they did, creating an engine that delivered a rather potent 360 horsepower and a colossal 650 pound-feet of torque. Enough to rearrange geography, or at the very least your neighbour's prize-winning petunias if you weren't careful with the loud pedal. The heart of this mechanical beast, this diesel V8, wasn't just about brute force, though it had that in spades. Believe me, it was about a sophisticated delivery of that power. The kind of power that made towing a small moon feel like a light jaunt to the shops for a pint of milk. This engine, the LBZ, it just pulled, and pulled. And then, just for good measure, it pulled some more. It didn't scream or shout about it like some highly strung Italian supercar. It just got on with the job with a deep, resonant rumble that spoke of immense untapped reserves. It was the strong, silent type of engine, if the strong, silent type also happened to be capable of ripping phone books in half with its bare cylinders. And perhaps the most crucial element, the secret sauce to its enduring legend and its place on this list of unkillable titans, is what it didn't have. This was, and I say this with a tear in my eye, largely before the dark times Before the emissions, nannies truly got their stranglehold on diesel engines, forcing them to breathe through a labyrinth of particulate filters, EGR coolers and DF systems that seemed designed to fail at the most inconvenient moments. The LBZ, bless its metallic heart, was relatively unencumbered by this suffocating bureaucracy. It was engineered for power and longevity, not for placating a committee of clipboard-wielding eco-warriors. This meant it ran cleaner, simpler, and crucially with a robustness that later more choked engines could only dream of achieving. Right, let's shift gears, shall we? Our third contender for the truck most likely to survive my driving. And an Apocalypse award is a bit of a surprise, mainly because it comes from General Motors. But in the brief shining window between 2006 and 2007, they produced something called the Duramax LBZ. And get it right, they did, creating an engine that delivered a rather potent 360 horsepower and a colossal 650 pound-feet of torque. It didn't scream or shout about it like some highly strung Italian supercar. It just got on with the job with a deep, resonant rumble that spoke of immense, untapped reserves. General Motors only made the LBZ for 2 short model years, 2006 and 2007, giving it a cult status. Finding a clean example today is like finding a politician who answers the question you asked. Sought after, prized and hoarded by those in the know, its scarcity and legendary reliability keep values high. The LBZ is like a rare whiskey to be savoured and respected, a testament to what happens when engineers are allowed to engineer. The power it produced was brutal, efficient combustion, minimal smoke and monumental torque. A sophisticated piece of kit, not an agricultural relic. Versatile, equally at home hauling a trailer or rumbling through town. The perfect blend of brawn and brains. A true modern classic forged in a brief window of engineering clarity. Now, from the thunderous American V8S, we pivot to something smaller, something more unassuming. I am, of course, talking about the first-generation Toyota Tacoma. Built from 1995 to 2004, these compact pickups are the cockroaches of the automotive world. They are the embodiment of tenacity, devoid of machismo or unnecessary frills. Toyota's commitment to build quality and longevity is evident in the Tacoma. Its size makes it nimble and versatile, perfect for navigating tight spaces. The Tacoma is virtually indestructible, shrugging off abuse that would cripple lesser vehicles. The secret to the Tacoma's resilience isn't some space-age material or complex system, it's simplicity. The engines are straightforward, robust units, and the chassis is strong. This simplicity translates to ease of repair. The Tacoma is a global survivor, found everywhere from deserts to jungles. Its toughness isn't just about brute force, it's about relentless endurance and clever design. The first-generation Toyota Tacoma embodies these qualities perfectly. All right, let's get back to some serious, unapologetic American heavy metal. Number 5 on our list is the early 2000s GMC Sierra 3500 HD. Built like a bridge, it scoffs at heavy loads. With a solid rear axle and Duramax diesel engine, it's unstoppable. This truck is for those who do proper manly work. The early 2000s GMC Sierra 3500 HD is a rugged, over-engineered beast, perfect for a doomsday convoy. It can haul monumental loads, tow heavy trailers, and its sheer presence is a deterrent. Built for strength and reliability, it lacks delicate electronics, making it ideal for tough conditions. This truck is a steadfast, unyielding workhorse, ready to tackle the toughest jobs and survive the end of the world. A true captain for your doomsday convoy. Right, now we come to number 6 on our list of unkillable leviathans. International Harvester, born from mud, sweat, and the need to move heavy things across difficult terrain. Tractors you could legally drive to the pub, make it strong, then stronger still. The chassis was like a railway line. The body panels could stop a rhino. Engines were lazy lumps of iron, often straight sixes or V8S. Not fast, but could pull a tree or tow a house. Styling was incidental, purely utilitarian. A tool designed to work and keep working, the vehicular equivalent of a stubborn old farmer. So, what happened to these magnificent beasts? The world moved on, demanding comfort and fuel economy. International Harvesters were built to last, not for convenience. They were the chosen chariots of hard-working men, built with unwavering reliability and sheer toughness, a promise of a machine that would start every frozen morning. They didn't care about modern luxuries. They cared about lasting through generations. International Harvester's legacy is one of integrity and durability. Absolutely brilliant. Next on our list of vehicles that will outlive Keith Richards, we have the Ford Ranger from the 1990s. This little Ford, this unassuming workhorse, is built with a stubborn refusal to die that is frankly astonishing. It's the vehicular embodiment of it just works. So why, you might ask, is this humble little Ford on a list with such titans of torque and toughness? Well, in an apocalyptic scenario, ostentatious power and sheer size aren't always your best friends. Think about it. Fuel will be scarce, a precious commodity more valuable than gold or, dare I say it, a decent cup of tea. That massive V8 monster truck might look impressive, but it'll drain its tanks faster than a politician drains the public coffers. The Ranger, with its relatively frugal appetite, suddenly starts to look a whole lot more appealing when every drop counts. And then there's the matter of repair. When the world has gone to pot, you won't be able to just pop down to your local Ford dealership and ask a spotty youth in a branded polo shirt to plug in his diagnostic laptop. You'll need something you can fix with a hammer, some duct tape, and a healthy dose of brute ignorance. The Ranger, with its straightforward engineering, is precisely that kind of machine. Parts are, or at least were, plentiful and cheap, and many a roadside repair has been successfully executed using nothing more than ingenuity and a well-aimed curse word. Its smaller size also becomes an advantage. When roads are choked with the detritus of a fallen civilization, or when you need to navigate through tight, treacherous backwoods trails to avoid, well, a nimble, compact truck can go where the big boys fear to tread. It's less likely to get stuck, easier to maneuver, and generally less conspicuous than a chromed-up Goliath. Think of it as a guerrilla fighter in the war for survival, slipping through the cracks while the heavy tanks get bogged down in the mud. It's the automotive equivalent of a special forces operative, lean and mean. Ultimately, the 90s Ford Ranger earns its place not through brute force, but through sheer unyielding pluckiness. It's the underdog that punches well above its weight, a testament to the idea that sometimes simpler is indeed better, especially when the going gets truly apocalyptically tough. It's cheap, it's cheerful in a utilitarian sort of way, and it possesses a cockroach-like survivability that makes it an unexpectedly brilliant choice for when the lights go out for good. It just won't quit, and in the end, that's what matters. Right, moving on. Our eighth contender for the unkillable crown is a machine that, when it first appeared, caused quite a stir, particularly amongst the established order of American truck manufacturers. I'm talking about the first-generation Toyota Tundra, built from the year 2000 to 2006. Now, Toyota, as we all know, has a reputation for building cars that are about as exciting as watching paint dry, but also as reliable as the sunrise, or death, or taxis, or Richard Hammond crashing something expensive. Their smaller trucks, like the Tacoma, were already legendary for their toughness, but a full-size pickup, for America, That was a different kettle of fish altogether. The American full-size truck market is, and always has been, a fiercely patriotic, almost sacred battleground. It's where Ford, GM and Dodge, or Ram as they like to be called now, engage in a never-ending arms race of horsepower, towing capacity and sheer unadulterated machismo. For a Japanese manufacturer to wade into this arena was seen by some as an act of audacious impudence, like bringing a perfectly crafted sushi knife to a Texas chainsaw massacre. They expected it to be polite. However, Toyota didn't just dip a tentative toe in the water. They didn't arrive with a demure curtsy and a polite request for consideration. Oh no. The first-generation Tundra landed with the impact of a well-aimed sledgehammer. It wasn't just a scaled-up Tacoma. It was a properly engineered, robust, and surprisingly potent machine designed specifically to take the fight to the domestic giants. It might not have had the decades of heritage, the almost mythical status of some of its American rivals, but it had something else. Toyota's obsessive, almost terrifying commitment to quality and durability. The initial V8 offering, the 4.7-litre I-Force, was a jewel of an engine. Smooth, refined, and with a willingness to rev that was quite uncharacteristic for a truck of its size, it delivered its power with an understated competence that was, frankly, unnerving for the competition. It wasn't about a thundering, window-rattling roar, it was about efficient, relentless, and utterly dependable performance day in, day out. This was Toyota saying, "All right, America, you want a full-size truck? We'll give you one, and we'll build it so well it'll make your homegrown heroes feel a bit fragile." What made the first-gen Tundra a true contender for an apocalyptic fleet wasn't just its surprisingly capable V8 or its well-appointed cabin, which by the standards of early 2000s trucks was rather pleasant. It was the underlying engineering, the sheer, unadulterated Toyota-ness of it all. These trucks were, to put it mildly, overbuilt. The frames were sturdy, the suspension components were robust, and everything was put together with a precision that made some of its contemporaries look like they'd been assembled by Gibbons after a particularly heavy lunch. It was a Japanese katana in a world of broadswords. This dedication to build quality translated directly into legendary reliability. While other trucks of the era might be developing annoying squeaks, rattles, or more alarmingly, catastrophic mechanical failures, the Tundra just kept on trucking. Stories abound of these vehicles racking up astronomical mileages. 200,000, 300,000, even 500,000 miles, with little more than routine maintenance. They became the go-to choice for people who needed a truck that would start every single morning and do its job without complaint, no matter what. That's a very, very attractive quality when society is crumbling. Think about the implications in a world where a breakdown isn't just an inconvenience, it's a potential death sentence. You want a vehicle that has been meticulously designed and assembled to minimize the chances of anything going wrong. The Tundra, with its Japanese obsession with Kaizen continuous improvement, was precisely that. It was as if every single component had been scrutinized, tested and refined until it was as close to perfect as humanly possible. It might not have the raw, emotional appeal of a fire-breathing muscle truck, but it has the quiet confidence of something that knows it will not let you down. So, while it might have been an outsider, an interloper in the American truck rodeo, the first-generation Toyota Tundra quickly earned its spurs. It proved that Toyota could build a full-size pickup that was not only competitive but, in terms of sheer unadulterated long-term reliability, arguably superior to many of its established rivals. And in a world where survival depends on your equipment not failing, that kind of superiority is worth its weight in, well, anything you can scavenge. It's a silent guardian, a watchful protector, a bloody reliable truck. So there you have it, our curated collection of automotive survivors, the trucks we believe possess the grit, the guts, and the sheer mechanical stubbornness to keep on rolling when the rest of the world has ground to a halt. From the brutal simplicity of a 12-valve Cummins to the surprising tenacity of a little Ford Ranger and the engineered endurance of a Toyota Tundra, these are more than just vehicles. They are potential lifelines, four-wheeled fortresses against the encroaching chaos. Each one a testament to a time when trucks were built for work, for hardship, for a lifetime of service, not just for school runs and posing. Of course, this list is by no means exhaustive. The world of Unkillable trucks is vast and varied, filled with unsung heroes and local legends that have defied rust, neglect, and the relentless march of time. Perhaps you're sitting there, incandescent with rage because we failed to mention your granddad's indestructible Lada Niva, or that ancient farm truck that's been running on a mixture of diesel hope and sheer willpower for the last 50 years. Every region, every community has its own candidates for the Automotive Apocalypse Hall of Fame, vehicles that have earned their stripes through decades of unwavering service. The point is, when everything goes pear-shaped, when the niceties of civilization are stripped away and survival becomes the only currency that matters, your choice of transport could be the difference between making it through and becoming a cautionary tale. You'll need something that scoffs at EMPs, sips fuel, or runs on whatever flammable muck you can find, can be fixed with basic tools and sheer bloody-mindedness, and possesses the kind of rugged dependability that makes a mountain goat look fragile. These trucks, these legends, offer just that. So now it's over to you. Tell us in the comments which apocalyptic chariot you'd choose. Which truck do you believe has the mettle to outlast the end of days? Did we miss your personal favourite? Let the debate commence, let the arguments rage. And while you're exercising your democratic right to be vociferously opinionated, don't forget to like, subscribe and prepare. Because one day you might need more than just a ride, you'll need a legend. And on that rather ominous bombshell, good night. Shell.